And welcome to today's recording of the workshop, e-commerce and affiliate marketing. We'll just start in a few minutes when everyone's joined the call. I'll see you over in a minute. Cheers now. Okay, so we're looking at my account now, and first of all, we're going to look at the documents and contracts. So you find that by going to the left-hand menu, if you're on the traditional high level, and going to payments. As I said before, we're going to drill straight down into documents and contract, which is like basically DocuSign, PandaDocs, that sort of tool, and it's the high level version of it. So go to documents and contracts here. Uh, and first of all, the first step is to create your template document or contract. So you go to documents and go to templates. You've got two ways of creating a template. You can either upload a PDF. So if you've got a PDF form with all the little squares to be filled in, you could upload that and use that as a template. Or you can start with a brand new document, which basically creates like it's not a Word document, but it's very similar, and you edit it within the platform. That's correct, isn't it, Atticus? Yeah. So two options: upload PDFs, or you create a new document. And actually, this is a new feature: import documents and templates. So you see here, there's various templates that might help you get started, where you can customize it to your own. So we'll look at my templates here, and if you look here, templates. I've got one set up for my affiliate program here. So here's a template for that. This is like a plain document built in, started off with high level. It is very plain. Atticus has been working on some more for other clients recently, which is a lot more fancy out there with logos, and they look more polished document, should we say, than mine here. But this gives you the idea anyway. So you can build your document here, put your logos in, and you see here, you can drop in the merge fields for where you want people to complete data, complete information, where you want people to sign it. Yeah. So in this document, I'm only asking the other person to sign the document. You could do it so that I sign it first and then they sign it, because we set all that up so you can have multiple signers. But in this document, I've just got the one person signing it, and you just go in and you just see here, you click on here. You add your elements. You can drop in images like here. I've done here images. Here's the fillable fields. Here's where you drop in the signature field. Any text fields like I've got here asking to put their address in here. Yep. So you build out. You see here. You click on here. You see who's got to sign this particular field. The contact is signing this one. Yeah. And you just build a little practice. You build up your documents. You can make them quite fancy, really. A lot fancier than mine here. Uh, and after this call, we've created a list of useful links of YouTube videos. So you'll be able to jump onto those and go into these in further detail as you wish. But that's the basic premise of it. You creating your document here, and we do that in the section called you do that in the section called Documents and Contracts in the Payments tab. So what we've now done is we've created the document, but how do we send that document to people? And we can send it either manually or automatically. I'll show you the manual way first. So if you go to contracts, I can click on here, new. Um, Let me just work it out again. Hang on a second, I've not done this very often. Creates a new template. The documents and contracts. Because don't do it this way very often. Atticus, you remember if I go to new, how do I create a new document? It's a new document like that. Do you remember?
To create a new document or to send it.
Yeah, how would you send it to somebody, a recipient?
So you
Oh,
see the top right,
manual
you
way.
create here, you press send the blue button.
Oh, okay. But I've got to pull in the actual template.
See, if you had a template, you go onto the template and then press send.
That's how you do it, isn't it? Yeah, hang on. This is a manual way which I don't use. But here, yeah, so you bring up your template. use that one there, mine. So they're going to use the template. That's it. When it loads. So here, if I'm sending it manually, here's where to find the contact's name. I put the contact's name in and I could just send it to them. That's right, into Atticus. Yeah, you got anything to add? Yep.
Yeah.
So also, so I use a template, but I could equally go in and customize this template for that individual recipient. Maybe adding in parts of the contract I needed, any agreements to deliver a certain product or service, add or take away elements. You can customize it at the individual level and then click on send and away it goes. Yeah. So then we just sent the document. Um, but then there's all the automation we can kick in afterwards. And I'll show you how we do the automation now. So we've created a document and we've also been able to send it manually. Now, if I switch into automation, which is where we do the bulk of our work in HighLevel, and I have got something I prepared earlier here that I'm using, so I'll show you mine. So I've got a folder here called affiliates. So when my affiliates sign up, I'm sending them an agreement to sign. So I can show you how I'm using it automatically. So I go to affiliates. So when a new affiliate is created by the affiliate program, it triggers this workflow. And then going down here, the main bits to look at here is I'm using the action send documents and contracts. Yeah, so new affiliate's created. I then go to actions like that. I type in there send. Um, you see here, send documents and contracts. I choose that option. I'm just pulling in the template. So from you set the from user. I can pull in the template I created in the template library of contracts. Might use that one there like that. Which one is it? That one there. And then that will send out the default configured email saying, please, here's a contract to sign. That will send out the contract. So I showed you the manual way of doing it before. This is the automatic way. So that will send out that contract automatically as part of the workflow. That making sense, guys? No questions yet, Atticus? No?
No questions.
So now we've got to think of the journey that this contract is going on. So we've been able to send it to the person either manually or automatically. Then we want to build in some automation. So the next step here, uh, I'm going to trigger. So the trigger for this one is when that contract is sent, I'm going to trigger to send reminders until such point the contract is signed. So here's where I'll send out reminders. So the trigger in this case is this template document has been sent. So as soon as that document is sent, either manually or automatically, it's triggering this workflow. It's going to wait a day and send them an email. Hey, you still haven't signed the contract. You see here, click on the email. Got a template in there. And you see here, I can merge in this I'm just a plain email here. I can merge in the documents and contracts because this was triggered by the document being sent. Therefore, I've got a documents and contract folder of all the variables I can slot in there. A link to go and visit the document, sign it, etc. So that enables me to then customize all the emails, all the reminder emails, and include the link so they can go and sign it as soon as they're ready. That's what I'm doing there. You see here, got a whole series of reminder emails. And eventually, if they go through all those reminders and they don't sign that contract, I've got a task myself. A task pops up for me to say, so I know they've not signed that contract still. Okay, that's all my reminders. Obviously, as soon as they sign the contract, we don't want to send them any more reminder emails. So we've got a third workflow for that. Affiliate agreement signed. So it's three separate little workflows to automate the process. So here the trigger is when it's signed, accepted that agreement. As soon as they sign and create an opportunity, so create an opportunity or creating or updating an opportunity in the pipeline. Uh, and I'm setting here, I'm telling this workflow to stop the preceding workflow so no more reminders go out. So that's the basics of the contract signing. And when the contract is signed, you will see it. It will appear in the contact record as a document signed, and it'll also appear here in your signed documents. You'll see it here. So here's 13 draft. These are waiting to be signed. These are completed. So you see here, these have all been signed off and approved. So that's the basics of the documents and contracts, guys. Any questions? Or was that quite clear?
When you go to send the document, it gives you two options: either to send as a email template or as a link to the document. How do you edit the template that it
Oh,
sends out?
yep. So what you do, if you go to this is settings here. Where is it? I was looking at this earlier on. See settings here. Then
Hang on.
you've got all your notifications here, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking. One second. Document setting. I was looking at it yesterday. Hang on. You see the email template there, Steve? Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't, by default you'll start with the default one there, and then you can go and edit it and create your own. There's preview mine there. So that's the one that I'm sent it. Oh, that's the sign up to the affiliate program. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, that's the right one. Yeah. See, you just configure it in settings there, Steve.
Settings. Okay.
Yeah. At the moment, you can only if you've got different types of contracts, you can't have a specific email per contract. It's a generic sort of cover all type email you send.
Yeah. You know how you've got your logo there appearing, or your
Yeah.
brand? I suppose that's a banner that you've put in there, is it? Because the one when I put my logo in, it scrunches the thing up. It doesn't look right at all.
Oh, I just dropped an image in here like that.
I think yeah, that's the difference. It's an image, not the
Try
logo.
that way because then you can tweak the height and the size here. You see here at the
Yeah.
bottom.
No, that's right. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's
Okay,
useful. Thank you.
take that one out. Any other questions before we move on, guys? As I say, after this workshop, we'll send you an email and there'll be various links on there. We can go and watch videos to get you started because there's lots of videos to help. That okay? Yeah, we're good. Good, Atticus.
Yeah, no questions.
Brilliant. Okay, now we'll move on to the e-commerce side of things. So it's a good. Again, this is in the payments, and here very quickly, this is quite a new feature. You got invoices and estimates. So you create a it's a very basic invoice and estimate. Uh, there's not much customization to it really. I don't think I've got any set up here, but they are quite basic. Yeah, so it's going to look something like this. You can add in your products. So you create an invoice and estimate. Actually, one of my products, for instance, here, something like that. Yeah, so it's very plain. If that works for you, great. But most people tend to want something a bit more advanced, so it's not really one you'd use much. Um, then we got the documents contract. Here's where you'll see all your orders that have been collected by the system, generated, and subscriptions and subscribes. You have a list of those here. You can create payment links. So if you want to get quick payment for something, you can create a quick link. So uh, yeah, it's just you just basically gives you a link where someone can go in, purchase a product there and then, a quick way of getting an order. Here you'll see all your transactions. You see, I got some old ones here when I don't use this myself, so these are some old ones, but it gives you an idea of the transactions you'll see. Here's where you set up all your products you're selling. Yeah, I've got some here. Go into this one here, you see here. You set up your product, your pricing, etc. You'll see how these later on feature into all other elements of the software. That's where your product lives. Coupons, you can do discount codes, etc. Get your settings here. Now, one limitation I've noticed on the system when it comes to taxes here, yeah. So for instance, I'm in the UK charging VAT. So in the default settings, I can set the VAT here for the UK at 20%. Yeah. But what the system won't do yet, that's okay if you just sell into the UK market. But if you're selling to, say, the US or Australia where no VAT applies, at the moment, this tool will still apply the VAT. So for me, myself, I found that quite a limiting factor. So I'll just make you aware of that right now. But and also you've got taxes, got automated taxing, and this might be on there for David there. There's the Nexus addresses as well. It works for that, so it will work out the taxes for different states in the US. I've not tried that myself, but just so you're aware, there's this Nexus address system here for that. But I say for me in the UK, the VAT is a bit of a handicap at the moment. I'll just make you aware of that right now. So if you set your products, I've got integrations here. Obviously, got the usual payment gateways are Stripe and PayPal, but there's a whole bunch of others. Yeah, and you can even for the back end of you can also create your own integrations if you need to. So if you've got an unusual payment gateway, you can actually build your own integration in here. That's your integrations there. So that's the basic settings of the e-commerce payments. Now, if you've got a Shopify or WooCommerce store, we can integrate with that. You go to settings, integrations. So here you see we can integrate with Shopify and with WooCommerce as well. Okay, I've not used the WooCommerce one myself, but the Shopify one is quite handy. So you'd integrate it there. You go through the integration process, and then obviously as the orders coming in from Shopify, there'll be the link to the contact records in HighLevel. Okay, now so when you integrate Shopify, again we can automate things based off of that. So you go to say go back here. I'll show you an example. Go to automation. I create a new workflow. I see, add a trigger. So this trigger would be the trigger for this automation would be Shopify. So type in Shopify. And we've got three triggers now. So we've got abandoned cart checkout, order placed, order fulfilled. Yeah. So based on those three triggers, we can start automating with HighLevel. So for instance, when an order is placed, yeah. So this will trigger when any order is placed. Yeah. And then we can just start the automation. So I might send an email. And here we should be able to now, when we go to the custom values here, we're able to pull in data from that actual Shopify order. So you can pull in all the details from the Shopify order and create an email to say, thank you for placing order for item X, costs so much. Order status URL there you can also pop in tracking links, things like that. So Shopify and HighLevel can work together now, integrated. Similar for when a cart is abandoned in Shopify. Again, we could trigger an automation. So we send an email, for instance, to send a link. Or you pop this item in your shopping cart, click here to complete the purchase. Do that, yeah. Yeah, so that's to do simple stuff, but you might want to do other things. For instance, somebody buys a blue plastic widget. Yeah, you might want to then say, okay, when you buy the blue plastic widget, let's trigger an upsell to sell them a red plastic widget or a subscription program or a course. Yeah, you could do that as well. Uh, Gets a little bit more technical, but the way you would do that is when the order is placed, yeah, you'd be looking to capture into a custom field the product is just ordered. Yeah. So you might do something like this. So they placed an order. You might then go to update. Update the contact field. So we create a custom field to store the products they've just purchased. Yeah. So we pop into a custom field. We just purchased the red plastic widget. Yeah. And then that could be a trigger for another automation where we say when the custom field changes and they order the red plastic widget, then we trigger an automation to sell them the blue plastic widget or subscription or whatever you want to do based off of them purchasing the red plastic widget. So you can you can go down the rabbit hole on this if you want, and do some quite advanced things. Does that make sense or does that confuse everyone? Ev- Everyone okay, Atticus?
Yeah, everyone's
Yep.
quiet today.
So that's the Shopify integration there. Now also we can build our stores in HighLevel as well. We can build our own little shopping store. Again, if you've got thousands of products, you know what I mean? You'd want to be using something serious like Shopify, a proper shopping cart. But if you've got maybe 10 items, you might want to use the carts built into HighLevel. To do that, you go to sites. You see here we've got stores. We could build stores. Go click on stores. Have as many stores as you want. Yeah, you can have a store as a standalone store or as part of a website built into HighLevel. So you can have a website with a store attached to it or a standalone store. This is a test store I set up earlier. Click on here like that. So you get a little shopping store here. Yeah. And I go to the first page, go to the product page here. Well, before I do that, just go back. So here, you have to associate the products with the store. So you click on products. No products. So there's a couple of products to store. So you build up a little product list. That's what I say. So it's okay for a small website. You know, you've got 10 products. If you've got thousands, this wouldn't be the tool for it. You need something a bit more heavy duty like Shopify to do that. But for a simple one, we can here go and view it. These settings to the page. But here, yeah. So you see here, just the same. You can build it. You work it to a template system, but you can put your logo there, Steve. Yeah, the right size. You see there's some products here. Yeah. You associate it to a subdomain system using the subdomains in the settings. You can add as many domains as you wish. Link it to an individual shop here. I'll show you what the page looks like here. Yeah, so obviously I haven't published that. Just by publishing that. Yeah, I'll refresh that to get the logo on there. There we go. Yeah, so it's a very simple sort of online store, really. Click on here, it'll take you to purchase, add to cart, view cart, check out. Yeah, so it's linked to I've linked it to my Stripe account, so Stripe will take the payment for me. So it gives you a very simple online store, but you can have as many as you wish. Does that make sense for the online stores, guys? Obviously, we'll come to it later on. When this purchase is completed, yeah, that we could then use the workflows to follow up on that purchase. You just trigger. So the shopping cart is one half of the equation. The other half is the automation where we do stuff once the purchase.
Julian, are these? I know in other parts of the GoHighLevel, you can see how they look on mobile phones or on different screens. Is there a way of viewing oh, okay.
Yeah, up to there. So we're looking at desktop view by default, and then obviously there's the mobile view there. So the simple requirements, it's not a bad little tool that. Get you started. And obviously you've got all the kind of pop-ups and there's lots of settings here. We've not got time to go into today. Again, we'll send you some links to eat videos, etc. at this call. Is that okay for the online stores? Is that clear? Any questions? We good?
All clear.
Okay. So there's another way we can take orders as well using one-page order forms, which is quite a useful trick as well. So rather than having the palaver of having to click through and add to carts and that, we've got another way to take orders as well. So come back out here. Yeah, and we go to sites again, but we do this in funnels. Okay, so we create a new funnel. So good test, workshop, test, create a, I'll show you a template. Now I'll start with a blank one to show you properly. Yeah? So this is very plain. I'm just showing you the pure skeleton of the thing, but you can pull in templates that will give you placeholders for logos and images and look pretty. But I just want to show you the basic skeleton, how this works. When it loads.
So what would be the context for this then, as opposed to an e-commerce web page?
Yeah, so you might be selling a course, Steve, yeah, one course.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right, yeah.
What's the point of having an online store if you've got one so you just want a single page order form where you can put the credit card in and pay there and then. Why does it go slow today? Right. Okay, so this is using the funnels. So this is like click funnels as well. Add a new step. This might be a order page. It could be like a landing page with just buy now, basically. See here, you can import click funnels directly into here if you wish. Refresh that. Okay, so I've got an order page, which is just going to be a blank page. Yeah, create from blank. So you might have text on there, videos on there, your branding on there. Yeah. I'm just going to use a wide one. So you use a section. I'm going to add a row now. And that could be like a 3-column row into here. I'm going to add, you look at the bottom here, I can add a one-step order form or a two-step order form. Yeah. I'll just keep it simple with a one-step one. Yeah. And you see here's my order form now on the page. Yeah. So top and bottom, I can have videos, logos, all the rest of it. Make it look a beautiful sales page. But I just want to show you the functionality of here's our order form now. So you click on the order form and I can make it sticky contact. So if it sends someone an email, it'll automatically populate with their details, the form. Yeah. I can take the headline off like that. I want to. Yeah. If I'm selling if I'm selling an online subscription course, mate, or a course, I might not need the shipping details. So I might hide the shipping like that. Make it a simple form, yeah, like that. So you build your little order form on the page. Yeah. Uh, Lots of ways to customize that. Again, you can look at both versions of it. Look both the same, to be honest, on this one. Just take that off, make it a bit bigger. You see how it looks different there. So you build your order form. Just publish that. I've got to connect it to a domain. I'll just connect it to that one. And then you'll see what it looks like. It doesn't look like much. Publish that. I can now show you that. So that's what my sales page looks like at the moment. I'm just showing you you're just seeing the order form. So a lot nicer than a Keep or a Infusionsoft order form, David. Yeah. Um, that's the order form. So one important thing you've got to realize if you look at this order form here, yeah, it's not pulling in the products. Yeah. And so what we do is on our landing page here, I just click, go back. We have to tell it what products it's selling. You see here, products. So we say, okay, you're selling, add a product from the product library. It might be the Google review card like that. Price, like that. We can do price overrides and things like that, but just to show you the concept. Yeah. So I've added that product to this order form effectively, and then when you see it here, I refresh this now, you'll see the product appears. That's it, yeah. And you can even have it so you can choose one. You might offer product A or product B or both products. You can choose out combinations, coupons and that. So I'm using Stripe here. So it's got Google Play and Revolut. I'm even taking direct debits here in the UK, which is quite handy. On to Stripe. So there's our order form page. And if I duplicate that quickly, I'll add a new step. I'll make a thank you page. Make a quick thank you page. Okay, so I've got a thank you page now. I'll use the existing order pages. Imagine I've got all my branding set up on there. I use the existing one. So I go to here, choose funnel, workshop test, order page. So just replicate that page like so. This is going to be my thank you page, my confirmation page. So I click on here like this, edit that. You don't have to do it this way, it's just a nice way to do it. And then I'm going to show them on this page what they've actually just purchased dynamically. So I'll take out the order form. I don't need that here, but I might put in here, add a row, one column. And I could pop in here, add element, order confirmation. Okay, this becomes my thank you page now. We just save that. So that will pre-populate with what they just purchased in the initial order page. That making sense, Steve?
Yep.
Yep, great. So I'll publish that page now. And now I just need to link the two pages together. Okay, so just shall publish, go back. So I'm on my initial sales page now. So you can build bespoke little order forms when you need them. I go to edit here. I just go to my sales, my order form settings. So I click on the order form to edit settings. And you see here, click on there. You see the sales actions functionality. So at the moment, as soon as I complete this page, it's going to go to the next step, which in this case, it's a thank you page. But equally, I could send them anywhere I want to a URL or to a particular step. I've only got the thank you page to send them to now. Anyway, that's where you configure when they complete the order form, they go to a confirmation page. Does that make sense on being able to build? So you've got the online stores if you've got a number of products and you want people to have to choose them, or if you want to direct people to buy a course, buy a subscription where it's very focused, then you can build as many of these order forms as you want on the pages. So again, just like the online stores uh, um, and the document contracts, this doesn't do any automation for us. This is just taking the order. Yeah. So again, we jump back into the automations to build out what happens after they placed an order. So you can come back, go to automations again, new workflow. So now I'm thinking now, what happens when somebody makes a purchase on a shopping cart or on those order forms we could create? Start from scratch. So again, we just have to work out which is the best trigger to use for the job. So if I click on here, I can't remember the name of it now. Let me find it. Order. Order submitted. Could be an order submitted. That will trigger when any order is submitted. Actually, I'd have to check that. Actually, it may not, but you always want to be drilling down to the purchase that's just happened. So it's a global product. Anytime that particular review card, yeah. Whenever that is purchased, that is our trigger. Yeah. And then obviously then I can build out my automation. So just picture someone's just been on the website and made a purchase on an online store or on the order forms. What happens next? So we might say, well, let's send them a confirmation email. Send an email like that. Okay, just keeping it very basic here. So then I can start to merge in. Hi, Steve. Yeah, hi. Contact. Can merge in there, hi. And then we can merge in the order details. Click on here, and we should have order. You see order now. So because this workflow is triggered by the order in place, we've therefore got access to all the relevant details for that order. So click on order. So we've got the currencies, etc. Order total, customer, order source. I'm just trying to see. You know, which gateway. I'm just trying to see if I can see the order, the product ordered, but it's not showing me that. I'd have to look into that myself. Unless it comes through as hmm. Let me. I was expecting to see what the names of the products have ordered there, but I'm not seeing it, so I'll have to go and investigate that myself afterwards. Or I click on here, and obviously we've got tech support available, so we can ask the tech support guys. But that gives you the idea, so you then structure your marketing based off of what they just purchased. Maybe you've got to fulfill a product. Yep. You could maybe got to send a webhook to a third party to distribute the product for us, or maybe it's a simple task for us to post it out. Yeah. So you want to send a webhook, send the webhook, somebody else, they automate the fulfillment for us, maybe a fulfillment house, could be that, or you might set task yourself to fulfill it. Yeah, it's a task for you to fulfill the item or send you an internal notification. Just build out the automation. Yeah, it might trigger another workflow to upsell and to another product or a subscription or whatever you're doing. They're really flexible. Any questions, guys? Covered a lot there. Everyone okay, Atticus?
Yeah, there's nothing in the chat.
Brilliant. Okay. I see.
Julian, I've got a question. Is it possible to use the system to, sort of order things on account? So they doesn't go through a sort of, gateway payment system, but it accumulates like an account of orders that they've placed, and then they settle one bill at the end of the month.
Not as I'm aware of, but there might be another integration that does that feature.
Okay.
But I'm not aware of that one, Steve, at the moment anyway.
All right.
But anything's possible, but it comes down to you might have to build it yourself. Okay, so we covered the document signing, document contracts, the e-commerce. I'll give you an overview. So you'll get an email afterwards with a link to some resources. The final part, the most specialized bit here today, is really the affiliate marketing. So go to payments here. Oh, so go to marketing. Right, so and you got the affiliate manager. Okay, so here's where you set up the affiliate manager. And I click on here. Some interesting features here, actually. So if you go to campaign like so, obviously you'd recruit affiliates who want to promote your item. when they're signed up, they get access to a portal. They can go and see their link clicks. They can go and see how many sales they've made. Yeah. They can go and download resources to promote your products. All the usual sort of affiliate stuff. And I go to campaign here, but in addition, I say I'm not using this particular program myself at the moment. I create a campaign, but what we can do is we can give people commission based off of purchases happening in the funnels, just like the landing pages, or from our websites in HighLevel, or from the online store in HighLevel. So someone buys an item for £100, we could give them a 10% discount, a 10% commission rather. Yep. Then we've got forms, surveys, and calendars. Okay. So we might have an affiliate who is driving traffic to a sign up form. Yeah. So maybe you've got a lead magnet and you say to the affiliate, look, drive people to the lead magnet and we'll give you £1 for every person that signs up for the lead magnet. Yeah. Or the survey or calendars. So you can say to an affiliate, okay, you book and discovery calls with us or book sales calls for us by your marketing. Every time a sales call is booked on our calendar, we'll give you a commission. It's quite a neat touch. And then finally, you might have an external shopping cart external to HighLevel, and we can actually set it up so that HighLevel can still look at that shopping cart and apportion commission based on his sales made. So that's again, those are quite normally e-commerce programs. It's basically a purchase occurs, but here we can do it on forms and surveys and calls being booked with us on the calendar, and even third-party websites. If you've got an external website to HighLevel, you can still use the affiliate program. Yeah. When it comes to paying out, it's quite a new feature this. When it comes to paying out commissions to affiliates, yeah, you can do it the old way, which is manually. So you could look up a report, see who needs paying this month or whatever, pay them manually by whatever means you want. In addition, now you can connect your PayPal account to the affiliate module, and you can either go down the list of payments and tick them as approved and make payments via your PayPal account, or you can have 100% automated where it will actually pay out automatically for you to affiliates. I must admit, I'd be a bit wary on that one, but I'd rather sense check it before it sent any money out. But you can automate it through PayPal now to send out payments. So I've just brushed over the affiliate module there because I think that's sort of more of a specialized area that most people won't be looking at. And as I said before, we'll be sending an email afterwards with some links to all the resources for the affiliate marketing module. And don't forget, we've got tech support here. The tech support guys are very good. They're fully up to speed with the HighLevel affiliate program, the e-commerce. You get stuck because sometimes when you set up the workflows, it's worth just sense checking with those guys saying, will this actually trigger when a purchase occurs? It's just always worth checking before you go live on those. Phew, right. So that's the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. Any questions from anybody? Steve's gone quiet.
Yeah, I guess the challenge I've got is whether this is a realistic alternative to the likes of Shopify. The client only has about 25 products, and then they have a few variations on that product. The sort of quantity size, and I think the thing will be that they want to take orders and then settle a bill at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So without being able to do that, I don't think this is necessarily the right way to go.
No, can you do that in Shopify? Does Shopify they do that?
Well, I've got a guy who's providing, a quote for that, but at the moment
Yeah.
he's quoted sort of £3,000 to do it, and then there's a subscription as well to Shopify. Plus, he wants to use the email marketing for Klaviyo or something it's called, I think.
Oh yeah, no Klaviyo, yes, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a subscription for that as well. So it's quite an expensive way to go. So, part of me is sort of saying, well, this is a route to look at. And I suppose, say, improve your cash flow, just take the payments up, as you go along, and try and persuade him to go that way. But I think that probably isn't going to happen.
Yeah. Uh, the platform does so much, doesn't it? It's not a fully blown Shopify solution by any means. With all the add-ons. So it depends on what level you're at, really, yeah, what you need.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully give you some ideas anyway, Steve.
No, definitely. The Shopify integration is good. So if he goes the Shopify way, and that I can sort of make sure that because we haven't yet quoted him for CRM.
Right.
He knows he needs to have it. It's just a question of which CRM they're going to use. So I think there's every chance we can get them on this, and then if they want to use Shopify, then they can integrate with Shopify.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's just simply you've got a Shopify store, and every time a new customer comes on board, they get added to the high-level database.
Yeah,
Then you got a sort of marketing platform. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that might be a better way to go. But yeah, okay. Well, we'll have a look.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
mean,
very good.
so for me, the system is pretty good. The one little thing that lets it down for me here in the UK is the VAT element. When you're
Yeah,
dealing with overseas customers. So again, for my agency, I've had to go down a different track, and I'm using Stripe to do that. So I'm using Stripe order forms where it goes in and calculates where they are in the world and the VAT, which unfortunately doesn't quite do it yet in HighLevel. Yeah.
yeah. Here's another question for you. The In terms of adding products, um, I mean, I've got somebody else actually who's looking at something which is more of a drop ship arrangement,
Right.
and they want to basically have an online side of selling the gifts that they produce. And so I'm having to find a solution for that at the moment, which is looking like Shopify, to be fair.
Okay, that's it.
But I wonder whether this might be good for that. Is there a limit to how many products you can have on here, or what do you
No,
suggest?
no, no, don't, yeah, not at all. Yeah. Oh, one thing that David might be interested here is, in keep an Infusionsoft, David. Yeah, we have order records. Yeah, we don't have order records in HighLevel. It's not the order is linked to the content record, so we don't have all the. I know we keep an Infusionsoft the way you could filter on orders and all that. We don't quite have that level of detail in HighLevel. If that helps.
Do you mean you can't see the list of orders? You have to go by customer instead?
Well, if you go back here, I used to always like having the separate order records in Keep. Uh,
Hmm.
you go to payments, you'd have orders. So you have a list of orders, but you don't have quite all the bells and whistles that Keep used to give us or gives us. Uh, for filter, yeah,
Could you
it's
create a
just
report?
good question. Um,
Would that be reporting?
Yeah,
my work. 1 second, yeah. Reporting,
reporting. That's just yeah.
reporting. Nothing there. So I'm not using speech myself, so I'm just bear me a second. And you might get it on the dashboard as well, so you might get some reporting, but that's probably a case in point, the reporting on the e-commerce side of things. Let me go back in. Put integration there. So I can import the CSV. So I can export the orders. See, I've exported them. Let's do this. Yeah, let's come to me. There we go. Just export that little list I had. Yeah, so I was able to export a list of orders as CSV. See that there? Uh, I've got customer email address and that. So yeah, so it doesn't look to very robust reporting or not. I'll have a look for that myself. Reporting. So I can export the list and do something with that. Well, if we go to dashboard, let's have a quick look at dashboards. Add widget. So got payments widget. So on the dashboard, I can just trying to work out which one to use. Uh, so I haven't, unfortunately, I've got no data to show you on it. That's the thing, but I can put a sales efficiency. Not that one, is it? Paying customer total. Yeah, I've got no data on there, unfortunately, to show you anything there. But I could create it on various metrics on the dashboard. And equally, there's a feature here. Where was that Atticus reporting one? Remember?
Yeah, it's just there under reputation.
What you can do is that's a dashboard report. We can also create here reporting. We can basically mirror those as a report we could send to our clients if we wanted to. You can send it every week. You can automatically send a report every week off the system or every month. Yeah, create a new report. From template library. I don't think that's active yet. But I can build a dashboard report and convert it into dashboard, yeah, and then I could convert it into like a PDF almost that automatic emails out to client every week or every month or every day. Uh, the trick is though, does it give you the actual? I don't think it's going to give you the data, the detailed order data you'd be after. That's my personal thought at the moment. But you create a blank report. In this instance, on the e-commerce, you create something that you start. This is today's report, for instance, and you could add an opportunity. Add widget. Hang on a sec. Payments. Total revenue trend. You can start to build up a PDF like as a report. Uh, I'll do some investigation into the reporting on the e-commerce, but I think it's going to be a little bit lacking in that area, should we say? Yeah. Okay, guys. So we'll call, if there's no more questions, then we'll call it a day. If you've got any questions you think of later on, please fire them over. I know David spotted my deliberate mistake earlier on the email. I mentioned the wrong workshop. So thanks for attending. Next week we'll be looking at the Facebook and Google Ad Manager in HighLevel. So that should be a little bit more lighter going, that one.